Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we are checking out, my fault, the new model from AURORA knifing tool. Now, there is two different versions here. We're going to talk about here in 1 second. And I did drop a ceramic blade in this one, but more importantly, what you need to know is the pre-order is about to end. So like literally by the time you see this, you're going to have like basically one day, maybe a little bit more than 1 day. So hopefully enough people get to see this in time because it will be ending December 2nd. So I think later in the day, December 2nd, but this is, like I said, from AURORA Knifing Tool. He's done a couple different models, and this is using the pivot lock that is the reverse liner. So basically it has like a leaf spring in there. So when you push the pivot, you know, it pulls the liner instead of pushing it, which is, you know, pretty cool. It seems, or it's always been, I should say, because I do have his other models, right? And they've always been reliable. They've always been tough, strong, great detents. That's a huge thing to be able to get all of those things in one. Then also you see we have replaceable blades. So these are razor blades, right? The razor blades. I put a ceramic in this one because of the white. I thought it just looked really cool, and it does. It looks really cool. Now the thing is that they do have ceramic blades that are supposed to be very compatible with whatever these are. The thing is though that they are slick, a lot slipperier. So some knives might not be able to take the ceramics, but some might, right? This one is the button one. So you see they had a button here, and this released the blade. So this was the original way they were doing it, but the blade did have a little bit of play. So they did switch the lock out, or, you know, the tab out for the other side. So there's a screw on this side now, and then there's the tab. So you just push that button and it is a quick release. And then you have a bottle opener. So because the blade's so easy to pop out, it's quick access to your bottle opener or to switch out your blades, which is really cool. Now there's also 3 different handle materials. Here we have the G10 and the titanium. There's also aluminum, and then there's six options, I think, 6 colorway options you could choose from. So lots and lots of flavors. The action on these are phenomenal. Oh, by the way, with ceramic blades, they stay sharp 10 times longer. They come incredibly sharp. Like these come way sharper than these, like by far. Thing is though, is that they will chip. So if, you know, you hit something hard when you're, you know, cutting, you can see this one's chipped out a little bit, right? That is something that happens, but not that big of a deal. This one chipped out from hitting the backspacer because of this pulling it down, but that's just because it's not very compatible with it. But anyways, my point is just that the blades are awesome. I really like the ceramic blades. You just got to know not to hit certain things with them. The steel ones are definitely a lot tougher. We have a titanium clip, titanium backspacer, hidden lanyard back there. And then we have, this is all steel, right? Huh? Yep, all steel. So that's cool. And then the jimping for the front flipper. You know, it's good jimping, actually. It's really good jimping. I love how he went all the way up. You want to be able to hit the corner, right? Like this, and that works great. This is super, super grippy. Love, love, love the front flipper. It is very easy to get to, very easy to use in any direction. Then you have the whole deployment. Great reverse flick or thumb flick. Both of them are equally as good. So if you're more of a thumber, it's there and it's really easy. But you also got the reverse flick. Then the flipper tab. It's kind of scooped down a little bit, as you can see, but again, phenomenal jimping. So you can do a push button, but but it will come around and hit you. So what you want to do is you want to kind of do a push button down like that. So you're kind of just snapping, instead of going straight, you're going down just a little bit. Now you can also do the light switch. Both of them are equally as good because it is such a good detent. You know, that's the cool thing with this locking system. It allows it to have basically a liner or frame lock style detent. The ergonomics, super comfortable. The choil here, perfect size for my hand. There's no jimping up here. I'm not sure if that's what if he's going to add any of that. You could check out the, you know, his site and see, you know, what's going on with all the changes and everything. I know the one thing, obviously, they're switching to the secondary thing like that. And there might be some little minor changes from nitpicks or anything like that. This one is all titanium with a titanium clip, titanium backspacer, and then it has the same deployment, same action. But I do notice this one it feels a little bit better, obviously because it's titanium, but you know, with the blade being a little bit more secure and stuff like that, it just feels good. So that was cool that they did that secondary. I do believe this is all going to be T8s, by the way. I'm just not sure about these, so hopefully these do switch to T8s as well. This does have a reversible clip, and you can see it's got the post right there. The texture is really, really nice. Both of them have the same texture, but it is, you know, it's not super deep, but it's deep enough where you get traction. You can choke back, you know, but where I think this thing is the best is, well, you gotta be careful not to do the pinch grip and hit the pivot. But if you get it in like the utility cutting grip where it's like this and you just kind of put your finger on the blade, you generate a ton of force, and the way this thing arches up and then back down, it's very, very compatible with different directional cutting. So you can easily like go around boxes, and you know, it's very convenient in that regard, and it's so fidget friendly. Like this is one that's hard not to sit there and fidget with if you got it. So just plan on fidgeting a lot with this guy. The clip does work. I think, yeah, it's good. But I wish it had just a tiny bit more spring. It does land on these, but it's good. It's definitely not a bad clip. But you know, it's decent. It's decent. So it's not really a negative, definitely not a deal breaker. I definitely carry it, no problems whatsoever. And that might be, you know, something he might smooth out just a little bit, because I mean, it's such, when the clip is good like this already, like to do that extra little tiny bit isn't much, right? So hopefully you can do it. You can see this one is perfectly centered. This one is not, but that's, you know, because of the, you know, different thing. I think that's why, but anyways, yeah, man, the one downside to replaceable blades like this with these utility blades that aren't like the full blade is that you do have the hump to get over if you're going to cut. If you're going to slice, you're going to hit this ridge. Now, this ridge is smaller than this side, but that will give you friction and it will rip and tear things, you know. So it's primarily a utility cutter. This is going to be your sweet spot, so you can slice. You know, it's just like any utility blade. Everybody knows kind of how utility blade works, but unlike regular utility blades, you can actually slice with this. It's just not going to be the best slicer, but if you needed to do it in a pinch, you could. But the utility cuts and everything is where it's at. And in this style package where, you know, in this style package where you got, you know, such great ergonomics, it's so fidget friendly, great materials, you know, it feels a little bit better to have something like this in your pocket over, you know, just a basic utility blade like one of the Huskies or whatever, you know. There's so many of those, and you know, yeah, they do serve a purpose and they are great. And I used to carry them all the time on the job. You know, I had my standard utility cutter, and then I had, you know, like a folding one. But this, you know, just takes it to another level, and it makes it to where you can always have a sharp edge because you can always just replace it. So there you guys go. Like I said, go check out Aurora Knife and Tool and join the pre-order if you want to get one of these. Work hard, stay tough. Till next time, peace.